Good people of Bristol, please make some noise. Welcome to the stage, Morgan Rees!
Hello, lovely Bristol. How are you doing? Are you well? Yeah. Thank you so much for coming to this taping of Turning Thirsty, my show. And yes, it is a show because we've got a costume. Hello. Do you like it? It's like giving gay army, isn't it? You know, queer SAS. SAS. I mean, no, RuPaul's arms race. I've got it all. Well, how I like to call it, G.I. Ho. I think that's a good name for a drag queen, G.I. Ho, isn't it? You know, just goes up to people and does like army-based puns like, hey, why don't you take cover and I'll blow the hell out of you? You know, that sort of thing. Yes, lovely to be here. It should really bring you up to speed. I'm a big chunky Welsh bender, that's me. Any other fatties? Any other no? I'll point you out. No, any other queer people in? Hello. Thank you so much for coming. Any straights? Yeah, right. You said that as deep as possible as well. Yeah, actually. I don't do any of that. Thank you very much for coming. But yeah, big Welsh bender, that's me, and I love it. Two things I draw a lot of pride for. Doesn't mean they don't conflict though, you know, Welsh and queer. I mean, LGBTQ already sounds like a fucking Welsh word, doesn't it? You know, Welsh and queer, we both get a bit pernickety about our flags. Welsh and queer, both known for our pipes and piping. And also as well, I'm trying to be a Welsh speaker. I'm like one of those guilty Welsh people that can't speak it but want to learn it. So now every time I go to Cardiff, it is just me at nightclubs going... Sometimes I speak Welsh. But sucking dick jokes, welcome to the show. And that is the vibe of the show, if I'm really honest. And I'll tell you why, because I cut my teeth doing gigs here in the West Country, there in Wales, working men's clubs, proper working men's clubs, social, working class working men's clubs, you know that? So working men's clubs, you know those sort of places, you know, where the smoking ban, that's advisory. Do you know what I mean? You know, sticky carpet, pound up on the optics, a lot of meat raffles. Or they call it date night. But you know what I mean? And I'll be honest, the clientele, a little bit older. And I do think we cotton wool older people in this country. And we're like, oh, don't be rude in front of older people. Don't be rude in front of older people. Only have they been round the block, they fucking made the block, didn't they? Older people are the dirtiest motherfuckers out there, aren't they? I was doing a gig here in Bristol, and we were just having a laugh. Like, I said, oh, does anyone here put a finger up their bum? And this old guy just went, I do. I went, you put your finger up your bum? He went, every day. I was like, every day? He went, every day. I went, well, why? He went, well, cheap toilet paper. Yeah, that's the vibe. That's the vibe. But to bring you up to speed, because I'll be honest with you, the show's a little bit changed since I first done it. Because I had a lot of life that was caught up with me. Now I've finally got myself a boyfriend. Thank you very much. And then we met 2 years ago, and it was a proper 2023 meet cute as well. We met in the gym. Toilet. Yeah. And, no, but he was a gentleman. He left his number on a wall. And I tell you what as well, I've shot gold as well. I go out with a model. I'm so new to it. Does anyone else here go out with someone beautiful? Yeah, that was a free one, you idiots. That was an easy one, you donuts. Some frosty conversations on the way home tonight from apparently the Munter. Give me a cheer if you go out with someone beautiful. There you are. And I'm so new to it as well, and like, I'll be honest with you, they are a model. And it's made me realise that modelling is just a job. They can turn it on and turn it off like anybody else in this room. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not used to going out with models. I mean, my ex, what they used to do, they used to go down to the local fish market and shout the prices. And that sounds very humbling, but they didn't fucking do that job. So, they were just local. But going out with a model, it is just a job. They could turn it on and turn it off. Do you know what I mean? The only way that you can tell that he's a model, I'm not, photographs. Because just like any model, like for them, I'm such a typical bloke when it comes to a photograph, because I am really just like, oh, get it over with. But for them, it is a moment to shine. And just the disparity of how we approach photographs. In every single photograph with me and my partner, it just looks like I've won a competition. Do you know what I mean? Like, I smile too much. Do you know what I mean? Because he's always like, strike a pose. I'm like, make a wish. It's our first relationship, so obviously we're so gross. You know, we have that language that if anyone else other than us heard us talk to each other like that, we'd immediately unalive ourselves. You know what I'm talking about? It's so soppy and gross. Like we got cute nicknames for each other. Like he calls me his Welsh sheep. He goes, "You're my Welsh sheep." You know, because I'm Welsh, I'm furry, and I do whatever he says. And he's Indian, my boyfriend, he's Indian. Well, actually, specifically, he's Gujarati. And I tell you what, it's true what they say. Once you go Gujarati, there's no other batty. Bloody hell. Oh, my lordy. But even though he's Indian, he's got loads of Arabic heritage. He looks really Arabic. I mean, his Grindr profile was Baghdadi. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, we call this dick the Middle Beast. You know what I'm saying? But it's a weapon of mass destruction. But it's the vibe of the show. It's the vibe of the show. But like I said, it's my first ever partner as well, so it's the first ever time I've brought someone to meet the parents. That's scary, innit? And it should be scary, by the way. Because have you ever met these people that go, oh my God, my mum's my best friend? Because you're a fucking loser. And that's fine. It's fine if they're not, and it's fine if they are. But like, I was worried about them meeting my dad. My lordy, my dad. I think everyone here has got a family member like this. It might be your auntie, your uncle, whoever. It's just the magic of family. Everyone has this family member. But in my family, it's my father. Does anyone else here in their family have a family member whose just life force is fucking misery? And I'm not talking about depressed. I'm talking about miserable sods. Do you know the ones I'm talking about that are negative on purpose? Honestly, I think my dad's blood type is oh no. Just loves a crisis. I mean, cost of living, loves cost of living, loves cost of living. Energy crisis, that's his favourite. Means we can micromanage people, gives him that license, you know what I mean? So at work now, he's always like, hey, turn that off, hey, turn that off, hey, why is that on? Works hospice. He's like, turn that off, turn that off. It's not right. And as well, meeting my mother, obviously, of course, I love my mother, but everyone here is like, my mother's got this amazing ability that she can make a handbrake turn any conversation like that. Can make it intense out of nowhere. And I remember one time we were watching this documentary on Alzheimer's. We only got 2 minutes in, and my mother just pauses it. And she goes, Morgan, if I start forgetting big things like that, if I start forgetting massive things like that, just promise you'll smother me. And I was like, Mum, you said that last week. Do you know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, every day I wake up next to my boyfriend and I am so happy I'm with them. Obviously because I love them, they are the best thing in my life, and also because it means I am not dating. Dating in 2025, the game's changed, isn't it? I think the pendulum has swung too much in the other way. Because first dates used to be going for a pint, didn't it? And then people saw like, oh, actually, that's a bit boring. Let's go to the theatre. Let's go to the cinema. I made a right mistake on a cinema date one time. A friend said, do the popcorn trick when you put the dick in your popcorn. And I tell you what, I did that. And I tell you what, my date said that I was really immature. And I contaminated the machine. But this is the thing, but now it's swung too much the other way, and now every first date is an activity. It's doing something. And honestly, when I moved to London 2 years ago, and on the first date, this is true, I went clay pigeon shooting. Clay pigeon shooting on a first date. And this happens all the time, all these activity-based dates, because a lot of people now think doing an activity replaces a personality. You see it all the time. It's like, I would say something interesting, but I've got to throw this axe. I went on loads of these dates. NQ64 bars, retro gaming bars. I went on a dance mat. I haven't been on a dance mat since I was 8. All of a sudden I'm doing it on a first date and I'm 30. I mean, a dance mat. Do you know what's sexy? Slow jazz. Do you know what's not sexy? Cotton Eye Joe. And again, they're all over the place. Flight club, darts and the drink. That's something you do on day release, isn't it? Oh, I went back to hers at Wandsworth. Do you know what I mean? But it's not the one. Because Flight Club, if you've never been to Flight Club, like it's Ali Pally, but full of fuckboys. That's all of it. You know, it's not darts fans with cokes, it's fuckboys with Rohypnol. That's all for darkness. And I went on so many of these first dates. But this is the thing. All these first dates were great, but they were bad first dates. Because they betrayed the purpose of a first date, which is what? To covertly exchange information to check whether you two are compatible. But that's difficult to do when you're doing an activity. You can't relay that information to another person when you're going, oh, any brothers or sisters? 2 seconds. Pull! Bang! 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 Hit nine in, caught nine, Joe. Up my lady, up my go. Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Me doing silent yoga. What's your passions and drives? It doesn't work. I know as well, all my friends, oh, Morgan, you're just bad at these first dates because you don't know what your love language is. You don't know what your love language is. Give me a cheer if you know what I'm talking about. Give me a cheer if you know what I'm talking about. When I say love language, yeah, just the gays. And the women. And all the straight blokes going, what? Love. Love languages, if you don't know, apparently a love language is like your act of affection can fall under 5 categories. Things like acts of service, gifts, quality time, and gifts. Gifts. I'm calling bullshit on gifts. I think that is peak utilising therapy speech to actually justify being a bit shallow in it. You know, my love language, material goods. Do you know, I mean, my boundary is tax evasion. But it is what it is. But I'll be honest with you, because this is the one thing with me and Janica, we are really compatible, because both our love languages is food-ish. He's very kinky. It's very difficult when they're very kinky and you just like grub. I mean, it's like, he wants me to eat his ass. But I just want him to eat my lasagna. That's not what I call my ass. Oh, Italian night. Hope he brought the sheets. Whereas, well, obviously his love language is food as well, and thank the Lord, because obviously he's Indian, I'm Welsh. He's Indian, I'm Welsh, bland, boring, and he's Indian. And his food is delivered. It is... Oh. Just like Mama used to order. It's so brilliant as well, because now it's such a brilliant way for us to broaden our culinary horizons through love. So now whenever he cooks his cuisine. And then when I cook his cuisine. Welsh and Indian, it's not a fair fight, is it? Because he will make me this brilliant food, like pari puri, dal, kal makni, and I've got to go, cheese on toast? Do you want cheese on toast? Do you want lamb? Do you want 100 different types of lamb? Do you want a Welsh cake? What's a Welsh cake? It's like a scone, but don't tell anyone I said that! But it's so good as well. So it's wonderful as well, going out with someone. But I will say, when it comes to your love language being food, obviously they're a model, so obviously our eating habits are very different. Very different. Like, I'll be honest with you, he does this really fun trick. I don't know whether anyone else here can do this trick. It blew my mind the first time I saw him do this thing. He can do this thing where he can sort of open a packet of crisps. He can eat half of them. And this is the crucial thing. He stops. He folds the top of it. I've never seen anyone fold the top of it before. And he puts it away. I was like, this is fucking mental. Because he's never been out with someone that binge eats. I binge eat, and I get guilty about binge eating. Because if we've got any other wobbly gobblies in? Yeah, I'm a wobbly gobbly, like, oh my God, feelings. And if there's other wobbly gobblies in, like, any other emotional eaters, sometimes you catch yourself halfway through. And you'll try and do something to jeopardize your chances of going back to that food. Because what will happen is occasionally, like, I'll eat a packet of crisps and I'll go, oh, Morgan, this is your 5th bag. And I'll smash them and I'll throw them in the bin. And Janet's never seen this before. And he'll go, why did you crush them up? And that's wonderful, isn't it? What a beautiful, pure question to ask. Why did you crush up those crisps before you put them in the bin? I was like, oh, babe. You've never put your hand back in a bin. There's no more of a fatty moment than when you put your hand back in a bin for food you told yourself you weren't eating. You know, it looks like I am eating this, you fat pig. It happens all the time. I say for this with love, I will not judging anyone at all in that thing. Because obviously, like, it now comes down to clothes as well. Like, obviously I look like this. And I'll be honest with you, when I first did the show, I was about 10 kilos lighter. The only thing working harder than this stitching is Andrew's PR. Do you know what I mean? But the pedo formerly known as Prince. But it was obviously clothes shopping now. Because clothes shopping, I'll be honest with you, clothes shopping when you're a skinny person, I am so jealous. I am jealous, because like fashion, it is made for you. It's not made for you when you're a thicker milkshake. I mean, because when you're a thicker milkshake and you go clothes shopping, it's a bit like getting an iPhone case. So you got one option, you just change the colours. That's all it is. And that's all, and obviously, because it's just the double standards as well. It always hits home as well. Because sometimes the worst bit for me is when my partner wears clothes made for fat people, and he absolutely slays in it. Have you ever seen skinny people in dungarees? That's cultural appropriation. That is. My costume is not your culture. I mean, it's the worst as well, because obviously as well with my boyfriend, when he wears oversized clothes, it looks cute. When I wear oversized clothes, it fits. It's so demoralizing. But it is wonderful going through all this journey with them, because I do adore them. As you imagine, obviously, you can hear how I'm talking about them. I fucking love them so much. But I'm so glad I found them, because I was a really picky dater. I was a very picky dater. I had a lot of red flags, a lot of icks. Do you know what I mean? Give me icks. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say icks? Yes. Yeah, we all do. If you don't know what an ick is that sort of irrational thing you have about another person, where you just rule them out completely because they do a weird thing that turns you off. That odd thing that makes you go, ugh. Just that peculiar thing that makes you go, no way. You know, like people that go upstairs on all fours. Have you ever seen someone go upstairs on all fours? Isn't that such a boner killer? So what happened to your feet? You're walking so well before you hit the stairs. I think it's just so weird, because the only way you can get away with going on all fours on stairs is because that's an incline of an exit. Because you can't just leave a flat room like that, can you? It's like, hey, I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Oh, here we go. And then we all have it. We all have loads of icks. Give me a cheer if you've got an ick. I've got so many of them. Do you want to hear them? Yeah. Do you know what? My first ick, people that have reptiles as pets. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Like, what's the connection? What are you loving? It's like, oh my God, there he is. It's like, what are you on about? And they're dangerous, these lizard livers, they're dangerous. I was on a night out this one time. This guy said he had a snake. Thought he was flirting. Do you know what I mean? Thought he was bragging about having a big one. I was in a nightclub and he was like, I've got a snake. I've gone, have you really, mate? He was like, yeah, I call her Sarah. I was like, that's fucked. I was like, do you want to come back and feed Sarah? I was like, yep. The next thing you know, I'm arriving at his and he's walking out of his bedroom and he's going, I'm going to get the cage. I'm going, fucking what? I've bitten off more than I can chew here. And then he walks out and I see he's got a literal snake called Sarah. I'm like, oh. Get your dick out, you freak. What are you doing? Other ick of mine, loud sneezes. I hate loud sneezes. No way does it come out that loud. Loud sneezers love the fact you know they're sneezing, isn't it? The thing that gets me is that it's complete Jekyll and Hyde, isn't it? It's a complete... but I think that's what the ick is, isn't it? It's them going... Where's the light? Where's the light? Yeah, you little performer. Do you know what I mean? Where's the light? Where's the light? And it's too big. It's like, achoo! It's like, where'd that come from? Your soul. What are you on about? And I don't find anything, if I'm this agitated, obviously there's something more to it, and I think it's jealousy. I think I'm just jealous of these tutors. Why? Because I sneeze. That's 1/8 of an orgasm. 1/8 of an orgasm. And that's how you're sneezing? I'm just jealous of them, I think. Because every time I see someone go, achoo! I just go, how'd you come? So you bust a nut and your limbs pop off. Is that what's going on? You blowing lows like Buckaroo. It's like, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna come, shut the windows! Another big ick of mine, people that holiday in Dubai. Scum. It's a real dickhead indicator, isn't it, holidaying in Dubai? And do you know why I find it icky? Because it's not about holidaying, is it? It's about signalling wealth. If you actually genuinely loved holidaying, you wouldn't go to Dubai, would you? Because let's be honest, we're all British here, and what's a British holiday? Sun, booze, debauchery. Who goes sun, booze, debauchery? The United Arab Emirates. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, break down every single one of those. The sun in Dubai, it is unbelievable. It is unlivable sun in Dubai, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, the sun. I'm a puddle. Do you know what I mean? You're bouncing around shops like it's the bleep test. Like, okay, H&M, bam, here we go, bam, bam. There's just lads on the edge of an infinity pool shouting at their girlfriends, going, take the photo, love, please! I'm burning alive! You can't do any holiday stuff in Dubai. Oh, I'll just pop down to Old Town. It's a new build in the desert. The oldest thing there is H&M. And you can't sightsee. Sightseeing Dubai, the sights of Dubai. It's like, tower block. Slaves. Tower block. More slaves. Tower block. Oh my God, there's a pit. I found the pit. Oh, it's full of slaves. And also Dubai, it's just a homophobic desert to me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't feel wanted there. I felt like an IBS sufferer at a pool party. It doesn't work. Also, if you drink Huel, you're a cunt. You're such a cunt if you drink Huel. Too busy to chew, look at yourselves. Well, back to back today, better drink dinner. It doesn't work. And I've got one ick, and look, I know this is a bit of a tired trope, but it is a bit divisive. And look, I know there's people blaming left, right, and centre of getting cancelled, but I will happily die on this hill. I might genuinely get cancelled for this, but I will really die on this hill. This is my number one ick. And it's going to affect a lot of people in this room. My number one ick: people that get car sick. If you get car sick, you're fucking pathetic. You're pathetic. You're sick of car. Look at yourselves. Because there's an offence to the word sick, isn't it, car sick? Some people are genuinely sick in this world. Cancer, disease, what have you got? Car. It doesn't work, does it? And the problem with car sick people is that they will act an 11 out of 10 sick, won't they? Just white knuckling the handle going, oh, we've got to stop, can someone stop please? Can someone stop, please? I was in the car once and someone said, call an ambulance. I was like, I would, but you'd hate it. And all these things, like, let's be honest, icks, like my parents' generation, 60 above, they didn't have icks. No, they didn't have red flags. Non-negotiables. No, 60 and above, they didn't have that. No, they just had quirks. Quirks. No, quirks. No, just funny little toxic things that all our parents did and just powered through for no reason. Do you know what I mean? And of course they did it. Because I think that generation, they are PR masters of spinning toxic traits and turning them into positives. Do you know what I mean? Like my father, he's a cheater. But to my stepmom, oh, he's a people person. Do you know what I mean? And it works the other way. Do you know, my stepmom, she's an alcoholic. But to my dad, oh, she recycles. But they do it. But this is the thing as well, because they do power through. They power through for no reason. Because you've all seen couples of that generation that could not be more visibly incompatible. But something keeps them together. And it's strong. And it's hate. Two old people playing a game of till death do we part. And that's all it is. But like I said, all these icks, people now dump because of icks. People now end long-term relationships because of icks. Do you know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, my stepmom did dump my father after his 5th affair. Yeah. My housemate recently ended a 7-year relationship because her partner says, thank you, every time he comes. 7 years in the bin because some lovely lad goes, thank you. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, babe. It's gross, isn't it? And that even wasn't the main ick. Do you want to know what the main ick was? Yeah. I'm going to have to get a stool up for this. Can I get my stool? Thank you very much. It's not a piece of shit. I got to get a stool up for this. Thank you. The main ick was the fact that every time he went down on her, he would buckle his knees and cross his ankles. Like he was going down on his diary. Just, dear diary. May I take this back? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I might happens all the time, and like, look, I'm not gonna have a go at someone about how they do sex a bit weird. Like my lord, like I said, it's my first ever relationship, and did we got it wrong? Of course we got it wrong, because being in a relationship is trial and error, isn't it? And let's be honest, it's heavy on the error, but it's through the cracks the light gets in, isn't it? That's what makes a relationship fun. And we made so many errors, me and the boyfriend. Like we made the mistake. We made a sex tape. Yeah. Give me a cheer if you've ever made a sex tape. Thank you very much for cheering, but I thought I recognised you. But no, we all, and when we say that, we mean on our phones. We don't accrue in. Do you know what I mean? This is it tonight, actually. This is the sex tape tonight. And it's another thing, because it is an error. By the way, the people that didn't cheer, we know why you didn't cheer. Because anyone here that's ever made a sex tape and has ever watched back their sex tape will know. It is the unsexiest thing in the world, watching yourself have sex, isn't it? I thought sex was good until I saw me do it. Do you know what I mean? Because it just shatters every expectation you had on your foot. So I thought I was sexy during sex. Nope, I'm a pug with a limp. Do you know what I mean? Just me going... and I'm all hunch as well. I think I'm this beautiful sine wave. Nope, just... You know when someone doesn't know how to play Street Fighter? I'm just like that. Oh, it's the worst. And this sex tape as well, it caught a really brief period when I was bottoming. If you don't know what this bottoming means putting a dick up your bum. And I don't do it, not out of any sort of, I don't do any of that. I do it because I'm rubbish. Because watching this sex tape back, my lordy, I don't look like I'm sitting on a dick. I look like I'm lowering myself into a scalding bath. It's just me sort of stealing myself, going, oh fuck, shit, that hurts. Jesus Christ, that stung. What was I thinking? Oh, I've got to cool that down. You got to be less, you got to cool that down. Oh God. Oh, I'm going to go all the way down, get used to it. Oh God. Oh no, I like it in a bit. I'll get used to it. I'll like it in a bit. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I'm going to stretch in a bit. And as well, obviously your sex tape, it catches your sex noises as well, as you imagine. And like hearing your voice back at the best of times is awful, but hearing your sex noises back, it is that times 10. We've all had it while listening to our voice back, haven't we? Where you think you're going, hello, my name's Morgan Rees. Click. Hello, my name's Morgan. You're like, oh God. Oh, sorry, I think I've been talking like that the whole time. But it's your sex noises. It's again that times 10. And my sex noises are so weird. Because they don't even sound like I'm having pleasure. It sounds like I'm remembering. I know that's a bizarre notion to think of, but please hold on to it. I don't sound like I'm orgasming. I sound like I'm recalling. Again, watching this sex tape back, I thought it would be me going, But I just clicked it. And it was me going, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh, what else has he been in? I came out quite late. And I had a wonderful sort of coming out, actually. I'm very, very blessed. Because all my mates were rugby boys, straight. I'm not saying that rugby makes you straight, heck no. But it just so happened to be my mates were straight. And nothing's changed. The only thing that's changed with me and my straight mates is I'm now sort of my straight mates therapist. And I'm my straight mates counsellor. I'm not a counsellor. I've not taken any qualifications. I've sucked a dick. I don't know what they think's in there. It's not wisdom. And so they can ask me quite ignorant questions sometimes. And I think we need to take the sting and the heat out of the word ignorant, because I don't think it's meant with malice sometimes. They actually mean it inquisitively. They're trying to get an answer. And look, I don't mind them being ignorant when it comes to some queer stuff, because heck, I was ignorant about queer stuff. To the fact that that's probably why I sort of hated myself till I was 26, not to be a bit heavy at this point. Because I sort of really wish, people now talk about they don't want queer awareness at schools. And I would love queer awareness at schools. And when I say queer awareness, I'm talking about Timmy has 2 dads, Sarah has 2 mums, not like your gay BCs. Do you know what I mean? Because all these people that are against queer awareness at schools, these people they are phenomenal at doing what's next. What next? They bring it to the extreme. So always bring in same-sex marriage. What next? Are people going to be marrying their dogs? No. And they're doing that again when people want to talk about sexuality in schools, because a lot of people make the misassumption, and I think it really does fall down to this fundamental misunderstanding that if it's not straight, then it must be sexual. If it's queer, it must be sexual. And they get really hung up on the word sexual, especially the word sex in it. Because I think this again is my little soapbox moment. I think it's kind of unfortunate that we center the word sexuality around the word sex. Because kind of like, it's just about love, isn't it? It's just about attraction. But all these people think about is sex. We want sex in schools. And I think they just bring it to the extreme. Once again, they're what next to it. We're saying, like, let's bring queer awareness into schools. And they're going, what? You want kink classes? You want kids at school going, oh, I've got double maths, double French, double penetration. I've got BDSM after lunch. I forgot my kit. I'm going to have to do it in my mask. There's kids on results day going, oh, bottom set. I should have prepared. And like I said, so sometimes they can ask ignorant things, and I don't care, because I'd rather them get the right answers, because with the right answers, they get the right intention. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, it happens all the time, but especially if something comes under the umbrella of sex, my friends will always ask me for it. I think because I came out, they see me as someone that's more readily, more readily will be vulnerable, so they feel more comfortable being vulnerable with me. And it happened at the last rugby reunion. Owen came up to me. Now, for context, Owen's thick. And I love thick people. Don't you love thick people? I think there's nothing more entertaining than a thick person at a distance. Do you know what I mean? And have you ever seen two thickos talk at Make Street Logic? Have you ever heard two thick people talking? I remember my little brother's thick. He's Gen Z, my brother. You know, proper Gen Z as well. You know, vapes, anxiety. And he's the right side of thick as well. We did the test, we can laugh. And I remember one time, we were waiting for the number 36 bus, the number 36. The number 32 arrived, and he just went, oh, only 4 more. And this is the thing, Owen is cut from the same cloth of thick. And so back at this rugby reunion, Owen comes up to me, he said, hey, Mogs, can I ask you something? I went, sure you can, Owen. He says, the missus, like, she wants to use a sex toy. She wants to use a sex toy, but not like by herself. I know she doesn't by herself when I'm not there. But she uses a sex toy when I'm there. You know, like the 3 of us. Now, I'm a bisexual man. I've been a woman before, and heck, have I been emasculated by a sex toy before? Sure. But I wasn't emasculated by the simple suggestion of a sex toy. It was the size of that sex toy. Because have you seen the units they are pushing out in 2025? They are off the charts. It made me tap out of women. That's what happened. And I remember it about 3 years ago. I was new to dating this person. I hadn't seen her toys before. The sex wasn't going quite right. We were missing the marks. We were taking too long. And after a little while, she goes, do you mind if I get my toy? Can I use my toy? And I'm one of those people. If it gives you pleasure, it gives me pleasure. So I said, yeah, get your toys, get your toys. So I gave her the big thumbs up, which ain't a move. Gave her the big... And again, like, the only sort of toys I knew at that time were golden bullets. You know, things of the scare that I thought she might have it ready on her person. Or ready under the pillow. Or in that special drawer. You know that special drawer we can all reach to blindly, no matter what position you are on the bed? Isn't that special ability we can all do when we can crank our bodies like that girl from The Ring to get the drawer? So I thought that's what was happening. I gave her the green flag. Get your toy, get your toy. And I thought she might reach for her person. Go for the pillow. Go for the drawer. But she did none of those things. She just got up from the covers, carefully went to her knees, climbed under the bed, and pulled out a suitcase. Pulled out a suitcase from under the bed. It's like a scene from one of those assassin movies where they get brought out of retirement. I was like, all right, John Wick. And this is when I knew I was in trouble. I could hear her assembling it. I could hear her putting this thing together. I'd never seen one of these monstrosities before. I didn't know what she was going to take, do you know what I mean? I was just keeping my pithy penis warm, just going, oh, Jesus Christ. Bloody hell. Is that an Allen key? What have you got YouTube up, babe? What have you got YouTube up? It's like, fucking leave me alone, Morgan. Just hammers, wrenches. Swear to God, she was welded at one point. And she was going for ages and ages. I'm keeping herself warm. She's going for ages and ages. And all of a sudden, she presents it. She presents a device that I now know is called a magic wand. I love her silence. Because that is just a room full of men going, what? And a room full of women going, don't tell them. Magic wands, if you don't know, they're vibrators. Magic wands, if you don't know, they're chunky vibrators. And magic wands, if you do know, are fucking massive! They're too big! Of course I was emasculated when I saw this thing. You will not believe how big they are. I swear to God, I'm there being pithy and pathetic. She pulls it out. It was this big. Poof, had an MOT. This sex toy came with a logbook. You don't get what I'm saying. was like, don't turn that on, it's a clean air zone. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even know how to handle it. Do you know what I mean? She was like, pick it up. I was like, what end? You're gonna chuckle brother this into you, are you? It's just me to you, Lowe's to you. I'm gonna say, you can't call them toys if you've got to pick them up with your knees. That's what I know. Because they're not toys, are they? They're weapons. But where'd you get that from? Love Honey or Al-Qaeda? And she ends up picking it up because I'm spiraling. I'm a little dick spiral. And she ends up picking it up. And when I say pick up, lads, it was more of a fucking deadlift. You know, it was full on CrossFit in it, just proper, ah! Not the snatch I was expecting. And poof. She picks it up and she hands it to me. And this was when I was the most emasculated, actually. I thought it would be when initially I saw the sheer size of it. I then thought it would be when I felt actually the whopping weight of him. But I was the most emasculated when she reached for the plug. Because look, I could probably do the dance against a few AAAs. But I can't compete against the grid. You kidding me? I'm flesh and bone, I can't go against electricity. Are you having a laugh? And again, the size of this thing is the people in the room will know. I swear to God, she turned it on, the lights flickered. Do you know what I mean? She turned it on, they just went bup, 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 bup. I thought, it's Will, he's trapped in the upside down. I just imagined a crew of men shoveling coal in a nearby power plant going, we need more power, lads. Lucy needs to come. Lucy needs to come. Call the union. Lucy needs to come. And it's the sounds of these devices. It backfoots you, because they don't make the noises of toys, do they? No. Toys go beep boop bapa. Toys go bee. Magic wands don't go bee. Magic wands don't go beep boop bapa. Magic wands go... She just lay it like that. I think they're fracking. I think they're fracking. I was like, turn off the taps. She needs to turn off the taps. And she just splayed up the time of her life. Fairies started responding to her. You don't get it. Fairies were responding to her. Yeah, shake your legs, you whore. They think it's port. And you gotta get your strong leg forward with these bastards as well, you know what I mean? And the freakiness of women, you're all freaks, you know what I mean? She's just there going, put on my clip. I was like, put on your clip! You'll shatter! And I was too scared to do it, you mean? I didn't want to hurt her. And every time I touched her clit, it would just go, boo! 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 Every time I went for it, it was like taking wheels off a Formula One. There's just like, boo! 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 Is that good? Boo! Oh, sorry. Boo! Oh! Boo! That feels a lot. Boo! And just the stamina of women, do you know what I mean? Just going on and on. I was like, tap out. There's smoke coming off her. And then 4 hours later, she finally finishes. But again, I was a naive little dick boy. I'd never seen a woman come via her toy before. Let's be honest, it's a different echelon of coming, isn't it? I'd never seen someone come that hard before in my life. Just the toy fell from her hand and she just went full thumper. Do you know what I mean? Just you know when their bellies start rumbling as well like that? I was like, she must have an EpiPen. It was like band of brothers, like, medic! Man down! So their head started spinning. I thought she was possessed. You know, I'm throwing holy water around her going, she won't stop coming, father! She's possessed! Crawling up the walls. I was like, fucking hell, stop coming! The power of Christ compels you, Lucy! Stop coming! This is why women, you're the freakiest of us all. Because after all that, she just went, do you want to do that again? I just had to look at her and go, I'm into men, you know. Everyone, thank you so much for coming to the show. You've been a delight. Thank you so much. It means the world. You have a lovely rest of your days, everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.